Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today I'm going to be testing out some new products from Catrice. I have always loved Catrice. One of my holy grail foundations is actually through them. They have a new concealer, a few more new products, so I'm really excited to test all of those out. And I want to say thank you so much to all those who did reply to the questions in my last video. I truly appreciate it. I knew I could count on you guys. You guys are so amazing. So yes, I took every single one of your comments into consideration. So I'm going to try to make everybody happy. I'm going to try to up my game to at least 2 videos a week. Thank you again so much, you guys. And if you're new today, the biggest warm welcome to you. And if by the end of this video you enjoy my channel, if you would consider subscribing. Okay, you guys, so let's go try some new Catrice products. Okay, so we're going to get started right away. So I did get a couple of their new eye palettes, and it's a 5-pan. They're much smaller in person, but they're really pretty, and they're infused with rose oil. And this one is 040, Modern Smoky Look, and it's really pretty shades, but it has 2 shimmers and 3 mattes. And the other one is an 010 Golden, what is this? Golden Nude Look. So again, there's 2 shimmers and 3 mattes. So it's very pretty, just very small pans. I hope you guys can pick up how small they are. Now, the thing with this too is the first 2 shades here look very similar. So especially the shimmers here. So I do want to kind of swatch these just to see if there is a difference. So let's see, there's that one here. Okay, so it's very pretty, and it does have a little rose shift in it. And then this one in this palette, let's see how close of a... So, nope, this one is more gold. They definitely are different when they are swatched. This one here has a more rosy undertone. So, yeah, they are very different. So, I retract. So, let's just get started. I actually think I'm going to use this palette here since I've been doing some more nudes lately. So, I'll just change it up a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my P. Louise just to prime the eyes. What drew me to go to their website was I had seen on TikTok that they had come out with a new concealer. When I was there, I saw a couple more products that were newer. So I go, well, I'm going to give them a try. So yeah, these looked very interesting. I like that they're infused with rose oils. I'm going to imagine that they're just a little bit more creamier. Yeah, they do seem very creamy. This is just one, shade there. It's just very buttery. And I'm just going in with this shade here to lay down as a base. And it is very close to my coloring, so it's good just as a base, but boy, is that smooth. It just glides right on. There's no catching or anything or tugging. Just very, yeah, just smooth is the only word I can come up with. It's almost like just putting like a powder over your eyes. So I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, because I don't know if that means that it could come off very easily. So we will definitely see. But again, yeah, I just kind of put that all over the whole eye as like a little base. And I'm going to go in with this shade here. And none of those have names, so we'll just call it that shade here. And so it's more like looks like a little taupey color maybe. Again, this is very buttery. So I'm just going to kind of tap this in for now because I'm not sure how dark that's going to be. So yeah, it's not as dark as it looks like in the pan. It just glides right on, so it does feel quite different than anything I've ever tried. It does seem like there's a lot of, kickback. As you can see, as I'm even doing that, it's still coming off. So it's very interesting. I don't really know about this right now. If it stays, this could be a good thing. And it could be this brush. I'm going to go in actually with another brush just to see if that changes anything. So yeah, I did change it a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, it's not coming off as much. So I think it was actually that brush that was creating all of that dust. Once I changed out brushes, it's not getting as much of that kickback. This is definitely a more cool tone palette, which I don't mind because I do like cool tones. It reminds me a lot of That's Taupe palette by ColourPop. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this. just with some of the shades. It was a pretty popular palette with ColourPop, so they probably wanted to create something close to that. There are so many new launches. I mean, who could really keep up at this point? I mean, it just seems like every day there is something new to purchase, and I've got to slow down. So I'm going to go in with this shade now just for my outer corner, just to deepen this up. Yeah, and this isn't, I'm not getting, again, as much powder as I was. So it definitely was that first brush, you guys. So it's amazing, like, what brushes, you know, will do with a shadow. You just got to find the right one. I think that's why I do own so many brushes, because they all perform differently. Now, there is some fallout here. They are very loose shadows, so there's no doubt about that. Again, I just hope they will stay. Here I'm having a little bit of trouble for it to stay in this outer corner, but you know, I do have a pretty hooded eye, so that could come into play, but it's still a very pretty shade. I will say that they do blend very nice. You know, they're just a much looser formula than I'm used to, but yeah, they do blend out nice. But again, if you guys can tell, I'm getting just patchiness here, and I don't know why. It could be the way I applied the primer or something, I don't know, but I am getting a lot of fallout in this outer corner and just some patchiness. Okay, so now I'm just taking some micellar water on a Q-tip, and I'm just going to clean up this fallout and create more of a sharper edge. Just go in there and tap that in. Sometimes first impressions aren't the best, because it could just be, like I said, the application of the way I put on that primer, or you're just having a bad makeup day where you're not using your brushes really well. So it's not a horrible palette. I just will say that some of these just seemed a little blotchy. So now I'm going to go in. I'm actually going to use this shimmer right in the center here. Now that's a pretty shade. It's not too over the top, so that is good. Then when I'm going in with my pinky in the inner corner, just to brighten that area up. Yeah, this darker one isn't as buttery, and again, I feel like it's a little blotchy. As of right now, it's not my favorite palette. Yeah, and these were $6, and honestly, I think, to tell you the truth, I just feel like the e.l.f.'s, you know, those ones for $4, are just better, because as you can see, and it might be just me, it could be the lighting, but it just seems very patchy to me. So as of right now, I'm not too blown away by it. Like I said, they're not horrible, but they're not the best that I've used. Okay, so now we're going to go into the complexion. I just lined my eyes with my Glamlite calligraphy pen that I love. They also had a new primer that I'm super excited to try. It's called Clean ID. It's an Instabright Serum Primer. So what this is, it has a shade. I did not expect that. So it's supposed to brighten your skin. Ooh, there is a scent to it, but it's actually really nice. Yeah, so it's supposed to brighten your skin, 97% natural ingredients, and so it's supposed to be pretty safe for all skin types. I didn't use any other primer with this. So it's supposed to give you a nice glow, help with longevity of your foundation. It's silicone free, so it definitely gives a beautiful glow. I really like that. Again, I didn't use any other pore filling products, so I don't know. It doesn't claim to be pore filling, but I just wanted to use it on its own to see what exactly it does. So yeah, it looks very pretty. And yeah, there's a familiar scent in here, and I can't place it. Something from my childhood, so I like it. I really like this. So you guys, I hope you guys are getting that glow. It is beautiful. I like how it feels on the skin. It's very silky. I'm interested to see how long my foundation will last with this. So the reason why I went on Catrice's website, was to purchase their new True Skin concealer. I already did a review on this one, and I'll link that video here and put it in the description box below. I really do like this foundation. I know, like, when I reviewed it the first time, that's why I don't like first impressions. I was getting a little bit of a hard time, but I think, honestly, I was having a bad skin day because I've used it several times since. And I really, really do like this foundation. First impressions can, be a little off, so we have to keep that in mind. The foundation I'm going to use today is actually their original, and this is their HD liquid coverage. You guys, this was my first love of foundation. It was my first holy grail. It's still one of my go-tos, and I just love it. And I really don't even think I've used it here on my channel. If I did, it was way in the beginning, and it was probably only once. But that's what I'm going to use today. So I use about that much right here. And I'm just going to go in and dab that all over as usual. I'm going to spray my sponge like I always do and go in. So yeah, I absolutely love this foundation again. It was my first love, and the shade might be a little off. I'm self-tanning, so I'm, hoping that this shade does work for me. Hopefully it's not too dark. No, I think it's going to be good. But again, you do not need a lot of this foundation. It's higher coverage, so a little bit goes a long way. So again, I only used that primer. I didn't use any pore filling primers today. I just wanted to see what this one will do. It's such a pretty foundation. Again, you can still see imperfections coming through, but I do know this is a buildable foundation, so you can get this as full coverage as you want. So it looks really good with this primer. You can still see that a luminous glow come right through it. Hopefully it'll keep this foundation in place long. That's what I'm hoping. But yeah, you can definitely see a glow come through this. But if I do like it, and if I wear it next time, I definitely will use a pore filler because it doesn't do that, but it doesn't claim to either. The reason why I did choose this foundation today instead of this one is because this one is more mattifying, and I wanted to see if that glow would come through. This one does have a luminous glow to it already. Okay, so let's go in with the concealer, and I believe this one came in 15 shades, and I got mine in Cool Cashmere. So let's hope I picked out the right shade. This is the applicator here, and I'm not going to use anything else under my eyes either, just the concealer. So I'm just going to put a little bit here, and I don't know how much to use because but this is supposed to be hydrating as well. I believe it has hyaluronic acid in it. This is supposed to be waterproof as well. I'm going to spray my sponge. I'm doing everything like I normally do. And let's go in and see how blendable this is. So I think the shade is pretty good. So that is a plus. I'm going to get my other mirror here just so I can see what is going on. And it blends out really nice, you guys. I honestly was a little nervous about this product because it is high coverage. So I was very nervous it was going to be super dry. It's going on super easy, super smooth. It's not clinging to any of my dry spots. Again, this is with no other product under there. Usually that Milani helps out products a lot. This is super nice. I really like this. I'll zoom in so you guys can see what this looks like. Yeah, I really like this. Again, I'm a little surprised I like it as much as I do. I am just going to add just a little bit of where my darkness is. If I would wear this again, I definitely would try it with either the NARS Peach color corrector or the Milani peach corrector that I use. But even on its own, it's just very smoothing. So I really do like this. I really hope it lasts like it says it does 18 hours. It'll probably be a 10-hour wear test today. But I still am going to set it a little bit. I'm going to use my number 7 and go in with a very light layer. Now I'm going to take my new Poof and spray that and just go over this very lightly. And I also own the shade Chestnut Beige in this foundation, And I'll show you what I do here. I put about that much on the back of my hand, and I just go where I would use it like a bronzer. And I don't want to use too much because this is pretty high coverage. Just put a little there and spray my sponge, and I'm just going to go around where I would normally put a bronzer. You kind of have to work fast with this one. It just seems like it does dry down a little faster. And this stuff will stay on. For some reason, this shade here it just seems like it's more full coverage. And maybe because, you know, it's a darker shade so I can see it better. It works beautifully as a contour or your bronzer. And what's nice, it's the same formula, so you don't have to worry about it not playing well with the foundation you already set down. Okay, so that's what this looks like all applied. I actually really love this. And what's nice is if you don't want to do it that way, you can just add a little bit to a foundation if you want to deepen up a shade a little more. Also, when I was there on their website looking at new products, I believe this is a new product too. It's the True Skin Finishing Powder. So this is a mineral loose powder, and it also has hyaluronic acid in it as well. So it just comes in one shade, and this is translucent. And what's nice is it does have this inside where you can close it where it doesn't make a huge mess. So this is what the powder looks like. It looks pretty lightly milled. I have way too much in here though. I don't want to grab too much. But yeah, it's a nice powder here. I'm going to apply this everywhere where I normally would. And I will be baking right here. I have been doing that a lot lately because it does help with my makeup stay on better there, because my glasses sit there and it always takes away the makeup. And I will put a little extra, like I always do, around my nose, because my nose creates so much oil, especially in the summertime. Oh, I like this powder. It just kind of melts right in the skin. Let me see how it is with pores. I don't think it really blurs the pores. Now I'm going in with a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to put that lightly around the rest of my face, very lightly. So I really do like that powder though, because it didn't alter the shade, you know, being a translucent. Sometimes, you know, it can lighten up any product that you already applied, but this one didn't, you know, it didn't leave that white cast that some translucent powders do. So I do really like it. So I'll let you guys know, but I'm going to apply the rest of my makeup, and I'll come back and show you a couple other products I do have from Catrice. So I applied the rest of my makeup. I put a little bit of the shadows under my eye here, and I also use e.l.f.'s Big Mood for my mascara, and I wanted to bring this back. For some reason, I feel like there might be a little bit of something that makes it glow a little bit, because I'm going to put it back on my finger, and I'm going to put it on here, and hopefully you guys can pick that up. It's interesting. It's not glitter, but when you first apply it, again, you'll see like that glow. So yeah, I don't know if that's hyaluronic acid in it, but yeah, it's like, again, I don't see a glitter, so that's a good thing, but I just want you to be aware, you know, that there is some kind of glow or sheen to that product. Okay, also I've had their setting sprays forever, you guys. This one, I'm sure most of you have seen. This is their setting spray, a product that they're basically known for. And if you look real closely, there is like some kind of like gold that floats in it. It's really cool. This is a very dewy setting spray, so it does add even more glow to your face. And this one here you can use like as a primer and a finishing spray. It's not as glowy. So what I'm going to do, probably, since I do have a nice glow going on, I don't think I need any more glow. Just so you know, I did add a little bit of highlighter right through here, and I used Milani's. So I'm actually going to use this setting spray here, because I really don't think I need any more glow going on here. So I forgot about that pretty aggressive spray. I should have just went in with my sponge like I normally do. But yeah, no, it's a very nice spray. And I think I will spray just a little bit here and go on the parts I probably did miss. Yeah, I like to push my setting sprays into my skin It just helps everything just melt really nice. Then I've had their lip balm for a while, and this is their Powerful 5. It has hyaluronic acid in it, green tea, I believe, vitamin E, some kind of berry. But first I'm going to line my lips with ColourPop's So Happy. And I really do like this shade. It's pretty neutral. Goes with so many of my lip products. Yeah, it's just very smooth going on. Okay, so let's go with the lip balm. And if you haven't seen my video when I use this, this is the applicator here. Just a very nice neutral shade. And it just feels so good on your lips, you guys. If you do use a liner with it, you know, you will get a better color payoff. And, you know, when it wears off, at least you'll have some color on your lips. That's why I use the liner, because it is a lip balm. But it's so refreshing on my lips, I will say that. Okay, you guys, so that is all the products that I have from Catrice. I think at some point I do want to go back to their website because nowhere in my area sells Catrice products. So I'm kind of bummed, but I would like to try one of their highlighters because I know that they are known for one of those. So I'm surprised I didn't pick that up when I was on the website. But let's go through the products really quick. The eyeshadows, again, I don't want to say too much on them right now. I could have had something on my eyes prior to putting on that primer, but they are beautiful shades. It doesn't look as bad as once I got my products on. I just felt like the eyeshadows were just a touch blotchy, but nothing too bad because right now it looks pretty good. You'll just see there's just like areas where it's not as pigmented. So they're just very small pans, you know, for $6. I just think that there might be just better out there. But that's, you know, just first impressions as of now. As of now, I really like this primer. I think the makeup went on very beautifully over it, even through a matte foundation, you know, it kept its glow. And I really like the concealer so far. It's really smooth on my eyes. I think from here it looks really smooth. From a distance, it looks super smooth. I'm hoping it lasts throughout the day because I really like it. It was way less matte than I was anticipating, so I'm super happy with that. It blended out really, really nice. I absolutely love the foundation, the HD foundation I have for a very long time. That's nothing new. I love their setting sprays. And again, this powder, I love that it let me keep my glow still. It didn't cover up that. It didn't alter the color of the makeup that I had applied. You know, it didn't leave that white cast. I'll be back later to do that final check-in. So right now it is 104. So I'll keep it on as long as possible. But as of right now, I'm super happy with complexion products. So hopefully you guys, everything holds up. I'll be back in a little bit. Guys, so it is now 8:42 p.m. And I will say today was very warm. A lot of the stores didn't have their air on, so I was kind of perspiring a little bit today. So this is how the makeup held up. I have used that foundation several times in the past, so I know how that performs. So I think the primer isn't the best. And I'll try to zoom in here. All of right here has kind of wore off. I will say that everything's wore off nicely. Like from here it looks really nice. You know, it's not horrible. I still have a nice glow. On my nose it wore off, but that's normal as well. And honestly, it doesn't look bad. It didn't break down and crack or anything like that, or go deep into my fine lines. It just kind of, the only thing I can say is kind of melted off. I just know with other primers, by the end of the day, with that foundation, my makeup has looked better. The eyeshadow, yeah, it just, as you can see, it just doesn't look the best. You know, it did crease in here. And again, I use P. Louise. I know how that performs. Now the concealer looks really nice still. I have no settling in my fine lines. And as you can see under here, eyeshadow did not hold up very well for the lower lash line. Yeah, the eyeshadows are okay. You know, they're okay. They're not horrible. They're not the worst. Like I said earlier, they're not the best. My biggest concerns, I guess, at this point would be how the eyeshadow kind of smeared down here, and how basically this whole side just kind of went away. So yeah, I think today was pretty much a great success. I think everything looks Really nice and presentable still. Doesn't look horrible. So yes, if you guys did enjoy today's video, if you could please give it a like, I would truly, truly appreciate it. And until next time.